Hello, I'm Dan Norenberg, advisor, coach, and consultant to executive and strategic leadership teams. Welcome to NORENBERG'S 90 Seconds. In this short clip, I'm going to share with you a leadership situation, the challenge, struggle, or blind spot this created for a leader. And then in about 90 seconds, I'll tell you about the idea, the tool, or the insight this leader and I discussed to help them be more successful. And in doing so, should you encounter a situation similar to this, at some point in your future, you'll have an additional resource to help you be more effective. Let me say a couple words about today's situation. I'm working far too hard and seeing no progress, a CEO said to me recently. He asked if I would support him because he felt he was expending a great deal of energy, particularly around the company's strategy, without seeing much results. I spoke to members of his leadership team. I observed some of their executive meetings, and I made some observations. I shared those with the CEO, and I shared those with his executive team. I'd like to tell you about them now, anonymously, of course. So this is NORENBERG'S 90 Seconds. You can start that clock. This CEO met regularly with members of his leadership team, and he connected with them pretty well on an individual basis. Now, this was part of the problem. This CEO, while he did a good job of connecting and delegating to members of his team individually, no one in the executive team owned the company-wide strategic priorities except the CEO. This CEO spent a lot of time shuffling between functions, sort of managing strategic initiatives himself instead of delegating that into the leadership team. He had become the hub for all the strategic work streams, and it was working him into the ground. I've seen this happen in leadership teams where cross-functional collaboration and ownership is taken away from the team and placed in the CEO's office. This doesn't make any sense. Now, over time, this CEO learned not only to delegate to individual members of the team, but also to small groups, encouraging them to take ownership for initiatives that they contributed to. In a matter of months, this CEO saw improvement, and his team saw improvement in their results, and he felt the energy that he was expending was much more in reason with a normal and healthy balance. Being a member of the executive team is more than simply driving your functional priorities. Ownership beyond function belongs to everyone in the executive team, not only the CEO. I'm Dan Norenberg, and that's NORENBERG'S 90 Seconds. Thanks for listening.